What's up, guys? About to hit a pretty big milestone. I'm about to hit 10,000 subscribers. Pretty cool. Should be happening in the next few days. And yeah, I just wanted to hop on here first and say thanks to you guys who watch my channel. And I see it's customary for a lot of vloggers when they hit a milestone, they'll put up a video just talking about why they started their channel, how they got going. And so I thought I'd give you my origin story. Any of you guys watching my channel, you know my name's Chris, and anybody who's seen 3 or more of my videos knows that I live in Fredericksburg. I'm from Richmond originally, born down there. I've bounced back and forth a few times, but you can say I've lived about half my life down there, half my life up here in Fredericksburg. A lot of my family is still down there in Richmond. And I'll just let you know, I'm not from Baltimore. I'm not from Pittsburgh. I know I pronounce certain words a certain way, but I get that comment all the time. Are you from Maryland? Are you from Western Pennsylvania? Or yeah, so anyway, nope, I'm from Virginia. And where my interest began was just growing up in Virginia, probably, I guess, the most historic state in the country. I know maybe some people in Massachusetts might have something to say about that, but then half the Civil War was fought here, so that would push us over the top. So yeah, growing up in school, field trips were always Williamsburg, Jamestown, Yorktown. And after that, I'd say my parents weren't history buffs, but anytime we would go on vacation, we would always stop by a local historic site. Around here, the big vacation spots would be Outer Banks or Myrtle Beach. So each year it was one of the two, and we would just stop by. Nothing special, just the Hatteras Lighthouse, local county museum. And so it's something I carried into adulthood. Anytime I'm out of town, I always stop by a local historic site. I'm the guy that's always reading the markers that you see around town. So yeah, maybe that's why I kind of favor local history a little bit more. So after that, I've always got a book going. I watch anything that comes out on the History Channel, minus Bigfoot and aliens and all that. Always listening to podcasts. And I think the big turning point is YouTube. I guess it was about 10 years ago when when you had the smart app on your TV where you could sit on your sofa and watch it on the big screen. I just became a YouTube junkie. And it was like every morning I'd just watch some of the news, and I always flick on a YouTube video. I would just kind of say to myself, like, oh, what were the Boer Wars? I know they had something to do, it was in South Africa, the Dutch, the British. Then you just watch, like I say, a short little 10-minute video, and it tells you all you need to know. And if you want to go down the rabbit hole, you can just find an hour-long video. And a lot are fun to watch. They've got just animated videos out there that put jokes in them. And even if I wasn't a history nut, I would still enjoy them. And then I guess the next question, why did I start my channel? And long story short, you could say COVID. And to start, like I say, I was a history junkie, always watching history videos. But then in the evening, my wife and I, we got addicted to the Couples Travelers. Some of you guys out there would be familiar with Kara and Nate. They're probably the biggest ones. Before COVID, they went to the 100 countries, and we watched probably about 80% of those. There's like Lost LeBlanc, Walter's World, yeah, there's a few of them that we watch. We don't watch them anymore. Kind of COVID just kind of killed it. Everybody had to stop doing it. And now, like, everybody and their brother, I mean, there's just like, it's over. It's kind of jumped the shark. There's like a million. Everybody wants to do it. And so anyway, so we would watch just the Couples Travelers, the vlogs. Every 3 or 4 days, these travelers, they would put out little videos like, hey, we're in Argentina. A few days later, hey, we're in whatever, Bolivia, and they'll put out a little video. Yeah, so then fast forward to COVID, and obviously we're on shutdown. I guess that was March 2020. And it was pretty hardcore there in the beginning. I would say for the first month, I probably left the house 2 times. So it was, I guess, middle of April. We had our first nice Saturday. It was 70-some degrees outside. I just said to my wife, I was like, oh, we have to get out of the house. And we were trying to think, where can we go that's socially distanced? And I was like, hey, we live in Fredericksburg. We're surrounded by battlefields. There's historic sites all around. I was like, I know plenty of places we can go. So we started walking around battlefields. Then we ended up going historic homes. I kind of live near Ferry Farm, Chatham Manor, and we kind of started to favor the historic houses. Just there's kind of more to see. You had statues, you had the gardens kind of starting to bloom. Even though they weren't kept, they still look nice. Then it became a thing. It's something that we did every Saturday. We started to kind of venture further and further out. And then I would start to hop on YouTube just to learn a little bit about the sites, just kind of just to know what to expect when I got there. And I noticed with a lot of the sites, there wasn't too much out there. At best, you might have somebody with some shaky cell phone footage. And I would think to myself, I was like, oh, there should be more than that out there. So then eventually we ended up in Port Royal, and I was flying my drone around getting good footage. And I kind of said to my wife, I was like, I should put out little vlogs of these weekend adventures. And she kind of just joked back and said, oh yeah, instead of a world traveler, you could be VA Travels. I was like, that's actually not a bad idea. And she was like, yeah, just kind of tell people when, you know, when these houses were built, who lived there and so forth. So it was July 4th, 2020. The first big site that opened was Stratford Hall. We went out there, made a video. Nobody watched it, of course. I didn't have any subscribers at the time, but it was fun. And at the time, I was just putting out little 5-minute videos, and I was putting them out every other week. And it was just a fun little project. I say luckily, COVID went on forever, because if not, I'm sure I would have stopped. But yeah, COVID just went on, which was good because it gave me time to just kind of get better at my whole process, my editing, and just learning how to talk. That was a big obstacle. And yeah, so yeah, we kept it up. It was fun because I was slowly getting more subscribers. You know, you start to get comments, mostly good comments. And, you know, you would kind of grow, hit little milestones. Oh, I've got 500 subscribers and so on. I would say a little milestone would be 2021. We took a trip up to Boston/Salem. And when I put a couple of those videos out, they got a couple thousand views, which at the time was a big deal. I was like, whoa, a couple thousand people just watched my video. And yeah, so that was good motivation to keep going. And it's also when I learned that if all I do is go to little churches out in the country and these small kind of county museums, that there's going to be a ceiling to it. So I learned basically the bigger the site, the more people just in general are going to watch. So that's when I just kind of figured out that every now and again I'll be taking these trips out of state. And then I guess the idea is that when I go to DC or New York, I get the subscribers, and hopefully I can bring those eyeballs to some of the smaller sites in Virginia. So yeah, fast forward, COVID kept going on. And right as COVID was about to end, I hit 1,000 subscribers, which means I'm an official YouTube channel. And I was like, you know what? This is a lot of fun. I think I'm just going to keep going with it. And so at that time, I kind of stepped things up. I started putting out videos more regularly. Started my Patreon channel, and just it kind of took off from there, and it's just slowly been growing. It's kind of crazy. I'll be eating dinner downtown. I've had people come to me in restaurants. Hey, you're the guy who makes the videos. Gas stations, Walmart, people have recognized me. And if I go to any historic site, like in the northeast part of the state, like half the time now, they're going to know who I am. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And I've had people from 3 different people now from Australia say they watch my channel. People from England. All right, I was running out of juice there in my car. So I was getting to the reason I started my channel, and it's just to promote these sites. It's to let someone know who might be visiting Roanoke. Hey, there's a pretty cool railroad museum out there. Somebody might be going down to Petersburg. Hey, there's a cool farmer's bank you can check out. Plus just to have these places preserved, have them up there in the YouTube cloud. And I know there are a lot of elderly people that can't get out to these sites. There are people in the other parts of the country that know they're not going to be in Danville, Virginia anytime soon. And a lot of people who are just busy with life. They have families, full-time jobs, don't have the time to get to these places. To finish out my plans for the future, to keep doing what I'm doing, to continue to slowly grow. And I would like to get to the point where my channel is it's still centered on Virginia, but every once in a while I can take some bigger trips. I can maybe shoot out through the Midwest for a week, visit a bunch of sites, just make a bunch of videos. That wraps up the short story on the history of my channel, and my story is the same as most. I started out just throwing up short little random videos. Next thing you know, it turned into something, so I'm going to keep it up as long as I can. And all right, I'm going to get off here, and once again I want to say thanks to you guys that watch, and I'll see you on the next video.